Hi, I'm Hub Arkush, along with Pro Football Weekly Associate Editor Arthur Arkush. Arthur covers the AFC South for us as we continue our series of 32 NFL team training camp opening reports. And Arthur, I don't think there's a team in the league that leaves me scratching my head more often than the Jacksonville Jaguars. And what are they doing and what are they doing next? What about key moves in free agency and the draft this year that figure to make this a better football team?
Well, I'll tell you what, we'll focus on Laurent Robinson, their big free agent haul at wide receiver in a moment. But let's talk about Aaron Ross, Super Bowl champion cornerback, who is going to be vying for a starting job against longtime Jaguar Rashean Mathis. Mathis is coming off the knee injury. They're gonna duke it out for the starting job. Whoever doesn't win expects to get that nickel position. Second-round draft pick Andre Branch is another guy to keep an eye on. They just released Aaron Campman. Didn't get enough out of him, obviously, in his short tenure in Jacksonville. They need Andre Branch to be a difference maker from day one as a pass rusher.
You know, I'm a Blaine Gabbert fan, and if you don't think playing as a rookie in the NFL is tough, talk to Peyton Manning or Troy Aikman. But they weren't as bad as Blaine Gabbert was last year. Is that where the focus starts on offense in training camp?
Absolutely. That was the focus of the entire offseason, was surrounding Blaine Gabbert, not only with better weapons. We talked about Laurent Robinson, Justin Blackmon, of course, the top pick they traded up to get. But also the coaching staff was handpicked for guys who will be able to help Blaine Gabbert. Mike Mularkey had experience with Matt Ryan, Bob Burkowski, Greg Olson. They've all had opportunities to work with young quarterbacks. They've all fared well. The Jaguars need to find out if Blaine Gabbert is that franchise St. McCollum.
This team wasn't that bad on defense last year. They were downright tough in certain weeks. But Jack Del Rio, the ex-head coach, a defensive-minded guy. Now you got Mike Mularkey, an offensive-oriented coach, as the new head coach. Where will they focus on the defense as they open training camp?
Well, I sound like a broken record, but getting better pass rush. They need to have it. Andre Branch is going to be counted on in a major way. This defense was actually pretty darn good and kind of flew under the radar last season, but they were a mass unit by the end of the year, particularly in the secondary. So they need better health. A little bit better luck will take them a long way, and they just need to find a way to generate better pressure and to get these guys to stay on the field for 16 games.
All right, we need to find some young veterans on this team that have to improve to make this club better. I'll save us some time. Blaine Gabbert, Blaine Gabbert, Blaine Gabbert. Who else on the offense?
Well, the first-round pick from 2 years ago, TYSON ALUALU. He's been solid. He's shown that he will play through injuries. Tough guy. He's flashed very, very good skills at times, but he hasn't been consistent enough. They need him to start to fulfill that promise as a first-round pick. And then Marcedes Lewis, this guy just fell off the face of the earth last year after his career year and got paid in 2010. So they need him to help out his quarterback a little bit, and that would be a good start.
What about veterans on the bubble, Arthur? You know, this is a team that's drafted high on the offensive defensive line. They haven't all paid off.
No, they haven't. We'll talk about Eben Britton, the right tackle, who's pretty much lost the better part of the past 2 seasons to injuries. The clock is ticking for Britton. He's a former second-round pick. They need him to fortify that edge on the opposite of Eugene Monroe. Clint Session is another guy who just got paid coming over from Indianapolis prior to last season, but he's being pushed by Russell Allen, a former undrafted free agent who's been very steady, very durable, and they need to see more out of that from Session.
A lot of work to do in training camp for the Jacksonville Jaguars. For all 32 of our NFL team training camp opening video reports, as well as all the news, scoops, and rumors before they happen, stay right where you are at ProFootballWeekly.com, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.